MaxCDN Learn Student Ambassador from Mehran UT Jamshoro. And today with us would be Mr. Sarmad and Mr. Shahzain, both from Mehran UT Jamshoro, and they are alpha level Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors. So, without taking much of your time, I would hand over the mic to Mr. Sarmad, who would be starting today first, followed by Mr. Shahzain. Over to you, Sarmad. Please start. Okay, one more thing I want to add, like guys, if you have any questions, if you want to ask any question, you can either use the chat window, or like if that is not accessible to you, you can just wait, and at the end of the event, like at the end of the workshop, we'll allow all of you to open your mics, right? We have disabled the mics, so you won't be able to access your microphones or like speak in the middle of the event. So yeah, you have to wait. Either you can wait, or you can drop your message in the chat, or you can just simply raise your hand if it's urgent or necessary. Okay, Sarmad, you can start now.
Okay. Am I audible, Mujal?
Yes, you're quite audible.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. This is Sarmad Talpur. I am an Alpha Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, and I hail from Hyderabad, Sindh. I am sophomore computer systems engineering student from Mehran University of Engineering and Technology. I myself am a web developer, programmer, and I possess SQL skills too. I do program in C++, Java, JavaScript, and Python. And today, as an MLSA, we bring you an event that is creating and hosting a responsive website. And I and Shahzain will be hosting this event. So as my part for this event is going to be getting hands-on with Bootstrap. Without wasting our time, let's get started. So what we will be covering in this session is what is Bootstrap, and why Bootstrap, and what is responsive website, Bootstrap grid system, Bootstrap standard device resolution, Bootstrap components, CSS and JavaScript, and last but not the least, where to get Bootstrap. So what is Bootstrap? So first of all, before getting to Bootstrap, let's talk a little bit about HTML and CSS. HTML is a hypertext markup language that creates elements like buttons, text fields, and simple elements like this. And then CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet, and CSS is used to beautify HTML elements. So now coming to Bootstrap, Bootstrap is actually a framework, a CSS framework that is used to develop responsive websites. Those websites can be responsive for every device resolution, be it phone, tablet, or your laptop, PC, anything. And Bootstrap possesses various CSS and JavaScript design templates for you, so you don't need some prior knowledge about HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, or jQuery. Or even if you know, you can save a lot of time by using these templates, some of which are typography, forms, buttons, navigation, and other interface components. So Why Bootstrap? If we have already HTML, CSS, we can do almost everything that is on Bootstrap. We can make buttons using CSS and HTML. We can use carousels. We can make carousels using core HTML and CSS. And why using Bootstrap? So there are a lot of reasons to use Bootstrap. Some of which uh, that I will discuss are, first of all, that Bootstrap's responsiveness, that it is literally uh, very easy to use Bootstrap and make your site responsive. It will be responsive on any screen resolution, any device. And the second one is Bootstrap has a big community and friendly support. Number three is Bootstrap is really easy to use. That I can see that it can be set up within 30 minutes. You can use Bootstrap. Like the basics of Bootstrap, you can learn in almost 30 minutes or an hour. And the next one is that if you possess no prior knowledge about HTML, CSS, let's say that I know only basics of HTML and CSS and nothing else. Like I cannot create typography or some beautifying buttons, like some cool buttons and carousels with HTML, CSS. Still, I will be able to use Bootstrap because it has already got pre-made templates for us. We just need to copy and paste the code into our page. And other point is Bootstrap is fully customizable. Like uh, if you get some element or say some uh, template, you can even customize it by your own needs or any customer's need if you are a professional web developer. And Bootstrap is backward compatible. Like right now we have Bootstrap 5. The current version of Bootstrap is Bootstrap 5. And if we want to use Bootstrap for CSS classes or jQuery or JavaScript functions, we can still use those functions and classes in Bootstrap 5 because Bootstrap is backward compatible. And last but not least, which I already defined, that Bootstrap already provides you with predefined CSS classes and JavaScript and jQuery functions that you can use without wasting any of your time creating them from scratch, and simply use those classes and functions in your code and uh, get started with it. Now, what is a responsive website? A responsive website is a technique or an approach to make your website responsive. Like your website can turn its phase or architecture, or it can adjust its design according to screen resolution. Like if we see here in this image, we have a website, same website open in laptop, PC, and tablet, and a phone. So if you see a div, and inside that div there are three containers with hand, laptop, and settings. These three containers. If we open this website in PC, those three containers are aligned side by side horizontally. But if we open the same website with tablet or phone, those containers align themselves vertically. This is responsiveness of a website, that it can change its appearance according to the resolution of the screen. Now, coming to Bootstrap grid system, to understand Bootstrap simply, if we use Bootstrap, then consider this slide as Bootstrap page. Then Bootstrap page is categorized into 12 columns, right? Like if we want if we are having a row, then we can put 12 maximum elements in that row. So like there are 12 columns and we can put one element at least in a column. Or if we don't want to use 12 columns individually, like we don't want to use 12 elements in a row, instead we want to use 4 elements, then what will we do? We will group 3 columns and put a single element in that and the grouped column. In that way, we can use complete page and we will use 4 elements in a single row. This is the Bootstrap grid system. We will learn in deep by examining it practically. Now coming to Bootstrap standard device resolution. So Bootstrap has 4 resolutions, standard device resolutions. Extra small devices, that is phones, or small devices, that is tablets, medium devices that are desktop, and large devices still desktop. And these are the resolutions less than 768 pixels, extra small, greater than or equal to 768 is small devices, and then greater than or equal to 992 is medium devices, and then greater than or equal to 1200 pixels screen resolution is for large devices. And the symbols accordingly are XS for extra small, SM for small devices, MD for medium devices, for large devices we have LG. We can use the symbols in our Bootstrap elements. Now, coming to Bootstrap components, we have some components that are drop down, button group, navigations, pagination, thumbnails, alerts, progress bars, panels, and a lot more. We will explore them in Bootstrap page further. And like uh, we have already tables, forms, buttons, images, helper classes, and CSS, but we can use them by CSS, but we have predefined CSS code for tables, forms, buttons, images, helper classes, and a lot more in Bootstrap that we can simply use by what? By simply putting a simple class name in a HTML tag. Now, similarly, we can create drop-down, popovers, alert, carousels with JavaScript, but we have pre-made templates of them already available on Bootstrap. So where to get Bootstrap? There are 2 ways to get Bootstrap. One is by downloading Bootstrap, the complete documentation, or by simply including Bootstrap CDN. If you want to download Bootstrap, you will go to this download button, and a zip file or zip folder will be downloaded on your desktop and system, and you can simply link that in your HTML page, or you can just simply copy the CDN and paste it in your HTML page. This is the CDN for Bootstrap, and now we will explore Bootstrap. So this is Bootstrap homepage. From here, you can download Bootstrap by simply clicking these download buttons. You can get Bootstrap documentation, or what we will be using is just simply going to get started. And then there is CSS and JS code. Now, we will get back to this. We will be making our website, but first, let's explore Bootstrap. Now, for mobile devices, for Android, these all uh, these all browsers support Bootstrap. In iOS, only these three browsers support uh, Bootstrap, and in Windows 10, only Microsoft Edge supports Bootstrap. And then if we go to components, here are some examples of Bootstrap, some alert examples. Bootstrap is so simple that we can just take this code, copy it, and paste it in our page, and boom, we are done. Let's try this. Okay, so to code, we will be using Microsoft's Visual Studio Code as an ID. And we will be opening our folder, that is MLSA session. And then create a new file named index.html. And we will be using simple HTML head and body. This is so this is so simple about HTML that there's some head and body, and we write code between body and head is for some features like to link or CSS or put style in there like this. Now to include our bootstrap in our page, we will go to bootstrap, getting started, and it says copy paste the style sheet link into your head before all other style sheets to load our CSS. We will copy this and then paste it before any link. We don't have any right now, so we are good to go. And then to include JS and jQuery, we have a bundle, and it says place one of the following scripts near the end of your pages right before the closing body tag. So before the closing body tag, we will paste this here. Now this was Bootstrap CDN. We have included it and we are good. We can use Bootstrap now. So to learn basics of Bootstrap, we first go with the basics. This is simple div, and we use Bootstrap predefined class named row and make it container fluid so that we can use Bootstrap responsiveness, Bootstrap grid system. And then we create another div. Hello here. Another again. make another div. Let's call for uh, let's put here so we can differentiate between them. And then another class, say it call for write my name. Okay, so uh, we can just go to our folder and open this file, HTML file. We are missing something out. Yeah, we are good. Hello, hey, and sure. All right. Now let's make PG dark and text white. Okay, we are good. Now we have already used 4, 8, and 12. 12 columns for a single row. Now if I try to put another div here, say it called, write something. You see, it moves on to next row because as I already told you that Bootstrap single row takes only 12 columns and we already utilized 12 columns in these 3 divs. If we try to put another div in that single row, that will automatically adjust itself to new row because Bootstrap's grid system is aligned with 12 columns. Bootstrap is divided into 12 columns, right? Now let's try this code. This simply are alert boxes and we have its code here. We are copying it just to show you that how easy Bootstrap is. Just paste it here, right? And save it. And then we go to our page. See, we got everything in our page. So, and to explain you that Bootstrap is fully customizable, let's say change the text here, and I am writing here something like, and see the text has been changed. So this is the big advantage of using Bootstrap. You are saving a lot of your time using Bootstrap. If we would sit around and try to make this single div, it would take us like 3 to 4 minutes. By making it responsive, by giving it CSS, everything. Okay, let's check out its responsiveness. Uh, See, still, if you check it on phone or if you check it on tablet, it's completely responsive. It doesn't uh, mess around with its design. Now, let's start making our first Bootstrap website, right? We have HTML head, body. We have included Bootstrap CDN for CSS, JavaScript, jQuery. Now we are good to go. So we are actually going to make an e-commerce website. So we want nav bar like this. We want a nav bar for our website. So let's head to examples. And then here we have nav bar static. Click it. Right click here. Go to view page source. And you will see this nav code starting from nav. Nav is actually element, and there are bootstrap classes included in it. We will copy this complete code and paste it in our HTML page. Let's check. Oh, good. We have navbar in our code. So we want to customize our navbar. This will be our e-commerce website's name, and then we have to uh, customize these two. Change this to, let's say our website name is Mart. Save it. Yes, we changed it, and then change link to sign in, and then make this contact us. We are good to go. But if you can see that this contact us is disabled, like this one is functionable, this one is functionable, but this is disabled. It cannot, we cannot apply any function here. To change this, we will go to contact us link element and remove this area disabled equal true, and move this class disabled and save it. Okay, so now they are same, right? Now they can be functionable. Now to imply uh, things like professional e-commerce website, we will now use another Bootstrap template, and that is in components. We go to carousel. So this is our carousel. What does carousel do? It automatically changes the images. It's actually an image slider. Like here, if we can see in Daraz, so this is actually carousel, and we are implementing this in our page website. We will simply copy this and paste it here in our page. Let's go to our page. But alas, we haven't got any carousel because we haven't included any image in our carousel. So let's do that. In the image tag, there's src. It's the source of the image. You can put any Google link of Google URL of an image, or you can simply download an image and link and put its path here in source src. I have some images downloaded, so I will just use. Sorry. Let's place the images in a folder. Mm, I have some images in this folder. Copy this. Um, okay, so we have some images in our folder, and now we are going to include them. I have given three uh, paths of my images to three image tags. Now let's, if our carousel is ready, yes, it's ready. It's working fine. Now, as an e-commerce website, we will put some products around here. Let's say 3 or 4 products side by side to each other, like there is once more. Just to explain you, we will be putting images in containers like this. So to do so, we will make a div and give it class row and make it and give margin top 5. These are predefined classes of Bootstrap. Uh, let's leave margin top 5 for now to differentiate. And then we'll create 4 divs uh, as 4 columns where we will place our products. And let's use text center class. It will align every element inside this div to the center of the container. And then place an image, give uh, give the location to the image. Let's put some paragraph like uh, we'll say price $1. And then we are just copying this column. We have to make 4 columns. So, and we are just changing the image path in it. Oh, images are completely messed up because we haven't used Bootstrap class, that is float left. We will use this class to every image and you will see the difference. I guess I'm some mistake. Am I missing something? Sorry. Actually, image was taking its complete size, whatever its resolution was. So we will use call 12 will use column 12 class, so the image will take complete size of the container and not its original size. See, we are good now, but there's still one drawback here, that this image is taking more horizontal area than these three. So to correct that, we will use style, CSS style, CSS property. Now we have used image class in every image, and we can style on this class, and whatever changes we do in that class, it will be implemented to every element using that class. So we will use dot image class and change its height to 280 pixels, and now all of these images will take 280 pixels, and that's equal size for everyone and every image. And now we are good, because we are making an e-commerce website. We will need a button here which will say add to cart. Now uh, just explaining you, like as a beginner, here we have buttons in Bootstrap. We have simply button here. You can either copy paste from here, but if you have knowledge about it, then simply what we are going to do, we will just go here and use button tag and give it type button and class btn and btn primary. Let's see if we yeah, we have a button, but we haven't given any content inside it. So let's say add to cart, and copy this button tag and add it to every product. Okay, is it looking good? Yeah. Now here our images or our div is completely congested with above carousel. To give some space around between, we have a Bootstrap class called m, which says margin, and if we use m margin, then it will give margin from left, top, right and bottom, from all four sides. To specify only one single side, we use either mt for margin top, ml for margin left, or mr for margin right, and mb for margin bottom. So we want to give space from top, we will use mt dash and uh, give 1 2 3 4 how much space you want. Let's say we are giving 5. Now we have got some space and it doesn't look congested. Now we are just copying, because if we sit around making all these products individually, then it will take time. Just copy this code, just copy this complete div and paste it around. And if you want, then you can just simply uh, change the image sources and give different products and give different prices in paragraph, but we are just leaving it to this. And then what we are losing is, it looks perfectly fine. We have navbar, then carousel, then we have content. What we are left with is our footer. We have header, then content. Now we are left with footer. To make footer, we will use div. We will use class uh, fluid. Make it row, so we can use columns inside it, and give it background color dark, and a text inside it must be light, and then we are making the columns. Let's make one, and then we will copy it for 2 times. Then we will use some text around it. Let's say so. Just copy this column. Let the content be same. Doesn't matter. We're just experimenting. So see, we have 3 columns in our footer, but there are some problems that we haven't got space from top, and we have unwanted space from right. We have to fill these drawbacks. Do so, we will give margin top 5. Now we have some space from top, and but still we got unwanted space from right. To remove that, we will uh, say margin 0. Now, what it will do, it will give margin 0 from every side. It will take margin 0 from every side, but then just 5 from top, and left, right, and bottom margin will be 0. Now we are good. Now, let's make another page. And say it signin.html. Now, let's head back to our Bootstrap page and go to examples. Let's say we want sign in page for our website. We don't know how to make it, or we don't want to waste most of our time. Then we have this template. Just go to view page source, and okay, the good thing about VSE is that you can just write BCDN 5 CDN5, boom, you get the basic head, body, and HTML tags, and even you get the CDN for JavaScript, jQuery, and CSS in it. So you don't have to copy around from Bootstrap website every time, because VSE is providing us with some cool features. Now we will copy this complete form and paste it in our page. And let's see, open with live server. Design is completely ruined because it uses CSS that we haven't included yet. So we will copy this CSS code and make a file named signin.css and paste complete CSS in it and save it. Now we will just link this CSS file with our HTML file. link, and then an href in the reference. We will write signin.css, our file name. If we open it with live server now, you will see it's completely good. Only the image is not showing because we don't have the image link. Now, to make it like sign-in page of our own website, we need to remove this thing. We will customize this. Just remove this complete paragraph, build form controls, whatever. Then replace floating labels with your e-commerce website name. Let's say Mart. And we are good. And now we want to remove this. We need to remove this. 2017 to 2020. We will remove this paragraph. Okay, it's completely good. Now just we have to put icon in our icon of our website. So we will go to image and then remove the source link from there. And I have an image, icon image demo. So I'll just link, just give it path. Let's see, yeah, we are good. Now the last thing we need to do is we need to go our navbar because we want to access this page, sign in, not separately, but whenever we click the sign in page, we want this page to be opened. So to do this, we will go to our index.html page, and in the navigation, there's sign in and href. We will remove this hashtag and write the page of sign in HTML page name. So we will write sign in.html. Now we have saved this, and let's see if it works. Click on sign in. Yes, we are good to go. If we do some backend work on it, then we will be able to make a sign in page too, because we got the template from Bootstrap. And this is our first website. But see, still we got some problems in our index page. The text is not on in center. To do so, here this is our footer. We will use text center class. Now our text goes on center of the container. And another thing that our text is completely congested with the, like if we highlight this, see this is congested with the container, parent container. To give some space around text and parent container, we will use padding, and for that there's simply just p and then whatever 1 2 3 how much padding you want to give, you will use. Let's say we will say 4, and we got some space around the parent div and our text in between. So this is our first HTML Bootstrap website within just, let's say, even if it was not explaining, then you can just make this in 15 to 20 minutes. And if you go around to make this with completely CSS and HTML knowledge and JavaScript and jQuery, this will take a lot of time, believe me. So this is a great advantage of Bootstrap that we see around here. So, any questions, or we move around further and give our session to Shahzain? Marshall, are you there?
Okay, yeah, Sarmad, like if like Shahzain can just pick it up from here. Shahzain, are you there?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
hello.
after Shahzain, I am.
You're not audible, Shahzain, that quite much.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, and now you're audible. You can just start sharing your screen and start presenting, please.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello everyone. Today our session is on creating and hosting a responsive website. Now the creation part of the website has been covered by my friend Sarmad Talpur. And now for the hosting part, I'm your host, Shahzain Ahmed, currently studying in Computer Systems Engineering at Mehran University of Engineering and Technology. And I am an Alpha Microsoft Student Ambassador, Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, and Director Graphic Design at Developer Student Clubs, Mehran University. So the contents I'm going to cover in today's session are introduction to GitHub and simply what is Git and what is GitHub and why we should use it, and the installation and setup of the GitHub or Git on your computer, and how we can host the website using GitHub by both of the methods, the command line and terminal or the GitHub desktop application. Okay, so first of all, what is Git? Git is a distributed version control system for tracking changes in source code during software development. So whatever the changes developers make in their code are going to be tracked by Git. It's going to keep each and everything, or a record of each and everything will be stored in Git. So like for example, if a code has been uploaded to my GitHub, or I have written a code and I make changes to it or update the code in future, so everything is going to be in the record of Git. And the Git is the most used version control system. Git tracks the changes you make to the files. So you have record of what has been done, and Git also makes it easier for the collaboration, allowing other people to make changes and merge it into one source. Like you can, like if you are working on a project, so multiple people can work on one code, and Git will manage each and everything and keep the record of that. Okay, so now let's get to the installation of Git on your computer. Now for the installation, just simply open Google and write git download. Now open this website. Now just select your platform over here, Windows, Mac OS or Linux, whatever you have. Just download it from here, the latest version. Then once it is downloaded, just simply install it. And now you will notice one thing: if you right click on any of the folders, you will get two options over here. One is git GUI here, second is git bash here. So before installation of Git, these two options weren't visible, but now these two are here. Okay, so now what is GitHub and why we should use it? Now GitHub is an open source platform where developers from entire world can contribute their code to collaborate with others and help the community of developers. Now what is the advantage of GitHub? That GitHub is an open source platform and you can save your code or each and everything on GitHub website in your repositories, and multiple people can work on it and collaborate on projects or different coding platforms. And you can share your code with others, giving them the power to make revisions or edits. You can allow other people to make edits or improve your code, and they can do it. And GitHub is completely cloud based. GitHub is completely cloud based, while Git is completely local computer based. And GitHub is owned by Microsoft. Now you can access GitHub at github.com. So now let's try this. Let's go GitHub. Okay. So this is what it will look like when you will open the website of GitHub. So now to work on GitHub, you will have to create an account. So once you sign up for GitHub, then you can just simply sign in. Okay, this is the interface which I already showed you. Okay, now let's just sign in and let's see how it looks. Okay, so this is the main page of GitHub, and when I open my profile from here, it is going to look like this. Now this is my main profile of entire GitHub. These are my repositories which I have worked, the contributions. Now these are the repositories. Now repositories is something where you will keep your entire code or projects and everything. Yeah, like you can upload any code to your repositories. It will be saved there. So now to upload the code on GitHub, there are actually two ways. First one is GitHub command line terminal. The second one is GitHub desktop interface called GitHub desktop. Now, so first we will see Git's command line terminal. Now there are commands. Now let's try an example. Now if I create a new repository, so the new repository page will look like this. Now I'm going to write here, and you can write anything here for the repository. I'm going to write here website example and just create repository. Now once it has been done, now it will look like this. It will show the commands over here, and it will show your URL of this repository. So if you open this, it is going to open the same page which is your repository. Now this, we are going to host this website. So now just right click on it and click on git bash here. You will see this option after you install git. So just click on it. Now this is called the command line terminal. I'm going to zoom in for you guys so you can see the code. Now first let's see what files do we have. We have these files: index.html, sign-in CSS, and sign-in HTML, and some images. Okay, so in the command line terminal, here it is written git init. First command we are going to write whenever we have to upload the code is git init. Now what is git init? Git init means initialization. Now here it is initialized a repository. Now let's see the status, git status. Now if you notice that it is written index.html, it is in red color, means it cannot be tracked. It is there but it cannot be tracked. Now let's see if now we will write git add -a, git add -a, this command to add all the files. And let's again check the git status. Now you can see here it is written in green color. Now means it is completely. Yes.
You are just sharing the PowerPoint presentation, right? You are not sharing the complete screen.
My complete. So I'm presenting my practical, like the desktop screen also.
No, we can only see the presentation.
Oh.
Can you please just look into it and fix it up?
See, can you see it now?
Let it load, please. Just a second to load it. Your screen is taking too long to share. Okay, yeah, now it's visible. Your complete screen is visible now, Shahzain.
Okay.
You can just continue. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now the installation of git, let me repeat it again. Now let's just, to install the git on your computer, just open Google and write git download. Now once this is open, just open the first link. Now select the platform, Windows, Mac OS or Linux or whatever it is. Just select the latest version of this by clicking here. Yes.
Like, is it me or everyone else is having the same issue as well? Because only your Teams is visible now. While sharing, just click on the leftmost window. That would share your complete screen.
See it now? Can you check it?
Just a second. Now we can see your desktop, and like if you can open an application and like we'll check it.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay now. I think it's okay now. Like, have you opened? Yeah, it's visible now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Now to install the Git on your computer, just go to Google and just write Git download. Now just click on the first link to install the Git. Now just select your platform, whatever it is, like Windows, Mac, or anything, and just click on the latest version to download. And once it is downloaded and just install it, you will notice that whenever you right click on any folder, there are going to be two options now, which is Git GUI here, and second one is Git Bash here. Like before, if you haven't installed Git, then these two options are not going to be visible. But once you have done that, you will receive these two options. You will see it. Now, now let's see how we can create an account on GitHub. Just go to github.com. Now here the first interface will look like this. Like this is the github.com, and you can create your account here. So just sign up for it and then just sign in. Now I'm going to sign in here to show you guys how it will look as the first page of GitHub. Now this is the home page. This is the home page of GitHub. So now let's see. Now there are actually two ways of uploading code on GitHub. The first one is Git command line terminal, and the second one is Git desktop interface. Now just go to your profile by right clicking, just clicking on here your profile. Now this is your profile and this is my profile, but it will look like this. Your like all the projects and everything, your contributions and repositories. Now what are repositories? Repositories are where your code, like in this practice session repository, I have my code saved, and like you can make multiple like repositories to keep your codes. So now here I'm creating one new repository. I'm going to name it MLSA practice. Okay, so now just click on create repository. Now this is the page which will be shown once the repository has been created. Now here is your name of repository MLSA practice, and this is the URL for MLSA practice. So now when you just paste this one, it will open the same page because it is the link for your repository. Now these are the codes you will use for uploading your code to GitHub. So now let's see, we will use this one, these files, index.html, sign in CSS, and sign in HTML, and some of the images for the website hosting part. Now just right click on here and click on Git Bash here, this option which comes after installation of Git. Now this is the command line terminal of GitHub. Now the first command you will write is git init. Now what is git init? Git init means initialization of whatever the code you are going to upload. So it says initialized empty git repository in that folder which I have just created over here. Now you will see check the status whether the files have been tracked. So now you see like the files are there, but these are written in red color, and it is written that untracked files means the files are there, but these are not. To make them tracked, just write git add -a. Now the files have been added. Writing git status. Now you see each and every file has turned green color, means now the files are trackable by git and has been added. Now the next command is git commit -m, and in quotation marks you have to write any of the message you want to put, like git commit -m and quotations. Now, like this is the first commit, like my first upload, so I'm going to write it initial commit. You can write whatever you want. So now it has been done. So now the next command is git branch -m main. And also, for if you guys are not remembering the commands, now it will be written here completely. The commands are here which I'm using already. Git branch -m, git remote add origin. So let's write here git branch -m main. Now what this will do, this will create a branch in your repository named main. Now get remote aid origin URL of repository. Now just write here get remote aid origin and you will get the URL from your repository. Here is the URL. You can just simply click here to copy it and just paste it. Just click enter. So now it has been done. Now the last command is get push minus u origin master. We will write here get push minus u origin master. Now let's see why I'm getting this error. Okay. Yeah, so now it is doing. Now the files are getting uploaded. Writing object 57% has been done. 8 out of 14 files has been uploaded. Now this depends on file size, how much files are there. So it is going to take time according to that. Now let's just wait here. Okay, so it has been uploaded, right? It has been written. Now when you go back to your repository, just refresh it over here. Now you will see okay, so now the files are here. Now as you see that these all 4 files which I uploaded by writing the code, now these are here. You can go inside them, and the advantage of GitHub is that you don't need any external editor to edit the code. Like you can just open any file. Like for example, I have opened the index.html file. You can click on this pencil icon to edit it, and I can literally edit the code live right here. I can just change the code, and then I will just write anything and just I will commit the changes. But now right now I'm not doing that. So now to host this website, now you will just and also on GitHub you can see the languages that this website has used 81% of HTML language and CSS of 18.8%. So now to host it, you can just go to settings and scroll down. You will see here GitHub pages. Now what is GitHub pages? GitHub pages is used when you have to host any website or anything like your portfolio or something. Now here it is written source. Now when you click on none, click on the branch which you have created before, main branch. Okay, click on main branch, click on save. Okay, so now once it has been saved, you can again scroll down. Now it is written your site is ready to be published at this link, but now right now it has not been completely done. So now let's see. Now you will notice one thing that this thing has been added. It is written environment 1 GitHub pages active. Before there it wasn't written this because we didn't activate GitHub pages, but now it is active. So now when you go to options again, you will refresh it. You will see there is a tick mark that it has been published. And we are opening it. Okay. So the website which Sarmad created, it has been now opened. You can see everything is working. The carousel is working which Sarmad created. You can scroll down. It is exactly the same website. Now the good thing is that like if you want to host the website like without GitHub, you have to pay for domains and everything, but on GitHub you can do it for free. There are other platforms also, but this one is also widely used. So now if I give this link, if I give this link to you, so everyone will be able to like open this website because it has been completely hosted now. Now for your ease, what you will do is, like, you, if you don't want to go again and again in settings to open the link, then do one thing, that click on add a readme. Now just go to settings and copy this link, write it over here, and then just write anything, just commit it. So now you see, whenever you will open the repository, the link is going to be there. So now when you open it, the website is going to be opened. Okay, so now I'm moving over to the next method of hosting the website. Okay, so now you can just turn it off. Now the next method is GitHub desktop application. Now the benefits of GitHub desktop application, according to me, are that if no one wants to write a single line of code, they can just, like, if you see in command line terminal, you have to write each and everything to even upload a single file. Even if I haven't uploaded like the website files, but only one HTML file or one Java code, I'll have to write this entire code. But if I don't want to write any code, I will use this GitHub desktop application. Now for this, just go to Google and write GitHub desktop application, and now click on the first link. Now you will see this website, GitHub terminal, GitHub desktop application. You will just click on download for Windows or whatever platform you have. Now once it has been downloaded, you will see the interface of GitHub desktop application will look like this. It will look like this. And then now I am going to host the same website using the GitHub desktop application without writing even a single line of code. Okay, so again, go to new repository, write your repository name over here, host application, host desktop. The host GitHub desktop, I've written the repository name. Just create the repository. Now again, this page will completely look same to you, but right now we are not going to write a single code. Okay, so just click here on setup in desktop. Here it is written setup in desktop. Now when you click on it, once the GitHub desktop application has been installed on your computer, there will be an option of open GitHub desktop. So once that has been done, you will click here, click on clone. Now right now it is cloning to my local folder which I have saved. Okay, so now it has been cloned. Now this is my location which I have saved, but now you will see I'll have to find this same GitHub repository name in my folder, which was host GitHub desktop. Here it is. It has been created by GitHub desktop application. It is completely empty right now, but now I'm going to put these files, the same files, just copy and paste it over here, and then just click here, and then you will see that these files have been added. Now these files have been added with plus mark and each and every file. Just write anything here, like I'm writing here, for example, first commit to master. Okay, so now once that is done, just click on publish branch, which you can see on top right, publish branch. Now it is uploading the files right now. Now it is again going to take the same time which command line terminal did, but right now if you guys notice that we didn't write even a single line of code. So this is a very good advantage of GitHub desktop application. But if people are really into coding, then to get the entire experience of code or to Git, then they mostly use Git command line terminal. Okay, 64% has been done. Okay, so now it is going to be done soon. Okay. Okay, it is done now. Now you can go back to your repository and just refresh it. Okay, so now you noticed we didn't write even a single line of code, but we uploaded the same files which we did by writing such a long code. Like these are the same files, but it is like this method is very easy according to me. But now for the hosting part, it is again the same thing. Just go into settings, scroll down to GitHub pages, select your source of main master branch. Here we have master branch. Click on save. Okay, so now it has been saved. Now, right now, it is saying that your site is ready to be published, but it hasn't been ready. So now it's going to take some time. Let's refresh it. Okay, so environment GitHub pages is active now. Okay, so now it is saying your site is published at and this link. So now when you open it, you see the same website. This exactly same website has been uploaded by GitHub desktop application. It has been hosted by GitHub desktop application. Everything is again working perfectly, like GitHub, like this carousel and everything. These same products, this footer, this header. When you click on sign in page, again the sign in page will appear. So means everything has been completely hosted. So even if I give you this link, it is again going to work perfectly. You guys can check it. Okay, so now you guys notice that these both websites are same, just the link is different because now here shahzainahmed.github.io/mlsa practice, because my repository name was mlsa practice for command line terminal, this one, and for the desktop application mine was host github desktop. So after your username .github.io/mlsa practice means this is your repository's name, and this one host github desktop is your again your repository name for desktop application. So this was it, guys. I mean, this has been completely working perfectly. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask.
Okay, Shahzain, Sarmad, thank you so much for such a lovely and prosperous session. Okay, guys, I'm allowing you all to open your mics, and I'm also sharing feedback form in the chat. If you need certificates, you need to fill up the feedback form. Right, so if you have any questions, you can just type it on in the chat. If you are on joining us out on MS Teams, or you're joining us on YouTube, you can just simply type your question in the chat box, and we'll answer it for sure. Okay, Shahzain, can you also please upload your slides on
Yes,
some cloud and share the link just like Sarmad did?
yes, sure.
We can share the slides with everyone
Yes,
on
yes,
YouTube and Teams as well.
it's okay.
Thank you so much. Guys, please fill up the feedback form. Don't forget to fill up the feedback form. It would be very helpful for us to connect on next sessions as well. Okay, cannot hear you. This form is for certification. No, this form is not for certification. This form is for certificates. Am I audible on YouTube, right? Why can't you guys hear me? Right, so this form is for certificates. Certificate of participation in the event, not for some sort of certification or else. Okay, guys, so do
Marshall, I
state
have
that
shared the drive link. Whoever was asking for PT.
I have shared it with everyone else. Thank you so much for that. All right, so guys, this event is co-hosted by Student Ambassadors Club, Mehran UT Jamshoro, Coding Blocks, and DevScript.tech. So if you want, what is DevScript basically? DevScript is a student-run organization where our sole purpose and sole commitment is to encourage the young people, young minds towards technology. we are trying our best to create an environment of technology in our society nowadays. So if you want to join us for our DevScript student partner program, I'm sharing the link in the chat box. You can just simply go to our website and check it out. You can join us for our developer student program. You can check our website. You can stay in touch with our website for all other programs, all other events that we are coming up, all other courses that we are coming up with. Every detail can be found on our DevScript. You can also join us on Slack. You can find the link on this website. Well, the website link is given in Shahzain. Don't upload it here, please. Upload it on some place, on some cloud,
Yes,
and share the link, please.
yes, I'm doing a drive also.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, we have to share it on your YouTube channel as well. Okay,
Okay.
so guys, if you are interested in DevScript.tech, we'll be more than happy to welcome you. And for DevScript, we have teams from all over the world. We are from all over the planet. We are from Pakistan. We are from UAE. We are from England. We are from USA. We are from India, and like we are from all over the world at DevScript. So DevScript is not from DevScript is for all. If you want to join us, you can simply just submit the form on the website. Check out the website and submit the form, and we'll hold your interview, and we'll be more than happy to welcome you at DevScript. Right? Okay. So if you have any questions, please do type it down. Type down the questions. Shahzain and Sarmad are here to answer all your questions. Okay, first let me stop the recording, please. Again, once again saying, please don't forget to fill up the feedback form. It would help us a lot. It would help the speakers. It would help you to get your certificates. Okay, मजा नहीं आया. Guys, if you don't have Instagram, you can create your Instagram and then share it. Right? If you don't have Instagram account, you can simply just create your Instagram and you can then share the screenshot. Okay, the feedback form would be live just for today. It would end at 12 p.m. tonight. So make sure to fill up the feedback form by tonight. Thank you so much, Shahzain, for sharing the link over here. Okay, so I'm sharing the link on YouTube and on Teams. On Shahzain already shared it in Teams. Thank you so much, Shahzain. Thank you so much, Sarmad. Thank you so much for such a nice and enlightening session. Guys, do join us. Just stay updated with Student Ambassadors Club, Mehran UT Jamshoro, and DevScript community for more successful and awesome sessions. Well, I'm also sharing the link of MLSA Mute in the comments. If you want more updates if you want to follow us for more updates, you can join us. And you can just follow us on Facebook. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Instagram as well. Okay, well then. Well, congratulations, Shahzain and Sarmad, for such a successful session. And I'm going to end this meeting right now. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this. Thank you so much for attending this event, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye, and have a safe day.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz, everyone.
Allah Hafiz.